Once a jewel of the 60s, the Mercedes-Benz 280 SL Pagoda now sits forgotten, rusted, abandoned, a true barn find, the kind of sight that makes car lovers wince. But today, in the hands of Brabus, the world's largest vehicle tuner, this lifeless icon is about to get its second chance. Decades of dust, corrosion, and neglect stand in the way. Yet what's coming next? A transformation you won't believe. A wrecked Mercedes-Benz 280 SL Pagoda, forgotten for decades. Rust was crawling over every panel. The paint had faded to dust. For most, scrap metal. For Brabus, it was a golden challenge. Dragged from its shed, the first inspection begins. The body shows heavy corrosion, especially around the fenders and trunk, a sight that would scare off even seasoned restorers. The hood lifts, and the challenges are evident. The engine is seized solid, locked in place by years of water damage. What once purred with 170 horsepower now sits frozen, lifeless. Every detail whispers neglect. Even the soft top is shredded, its frame barely holding together. Inside, the seats sag under decades of decay, yet the mechanics know matching numbers are intact. The original engine and transmission are still here, a priceless detail that makes saving this Pagoda worth every hour ahead. The men want to restore as many original parts as possible. They've accepted the challenge. Let's see what lies ahead. The white Pagoda rolls into the Brabus workshop. The first step is to clear away decades of dirt. A mechanic brushes off thick layers of grime, a ritual before any serious surgery. Onto the lift it goes. With the underbody exposed, the real work begins. Tools in hand, bolts loosen one by one, each twist echoing through the garage. The engine bay is the first battlefield. Fluids are drained from the oil, coolant, transmission, and even the power steering. Every drop marks a farewell to the past. Then, the heart of the Pagoda, a 2.8-liter inline-six seized solid. Hoists lock into place. The mechanics tug gently, but decades of rust fight back. The engine refuses to let go. Improvisation is key. Add-ons stripped, lines disconnected, exhaust unbolted, still stubborn. The transmission clings to the block, rusted together after years of silence. Sparks fly as metal groans. Finally, with patience and precision, the heavy six-cylinder is lifted free, still shackled to its transmission. A reminder, nothing here will be easy. Next up, we have the wiring harness. Connectors unclipped carefully, one by one. Old insulation crumbles at the touch. Too brittle, too risky, it will all be rebuilt from scratch. Headlights and chrome bezels come off next. These iconic Mercedes eyes are carefully set aside. Each part is cataloged because nothing, not even a washer, is disposed of here. Now to the doors. The lightweight aluminum panels, rare and fragile, are unbolted with surgical care. Their 1960s craftsmanship means replacements would be nearly impossible. The hardtop is next. Once a sleek winter accessory, now a corroded relic. Two men lift it off, revealing the worn-down seals and a roof liner long past saving. And again, another layer is gone. The soft top emerges, stiff and brittle. The folding mechanism frozen. A €5,000 replacement if beyond repair. The seats will be reborn in Brabus's own saddlery, stitched by hand. The dashboard follows. Hidden surprises spill out coins from 1989, relics of another era. Proof this Pagoda hasn't seen daylight in decades. Piece by piece, the Pagoda shrinks. Each bolt turned, each panel lifted. The sound of ratchets and grinders fills the silence. This is disassembly at its purest. By now, what was once a sleek roadster is reduced to bare bones. Chassis exposed, history laid bare. And yet, this is only the beginning. Every part removed today is one step closer to rebirth. One step closer to a Pagoda with 0 miles once again. The Pagoda's disassembly is complete. What's left is a bare, weary skeleton, a shell of its former self. The toughest work begins here. Every inch of metal, every hidden seam, must be brought back from decades of corrosion. First stop, the engine. This 2.8-liter inline-six, once the pride of Stuttgart engineering, is locked solid. The crankshaft won't budge, the pistons rusted in place. For most, this would mean scrap, but for Brabus, this is just another challenge. The mechanics begin the engine teardown. Add-on parts stripped one by one, the head comes off, and the true damage is revealed. Pools of water still sit inside the cylinders, rust eating deep into the walls. It looks catastrophic. A head gasket failure has left pistons seized, injectors corroded, and the crankcase stained brown with water damage. But the block is intact, and that means hope. Each part is cataloged. Glass bead blasting cleans engine mounts, stripping years of grime while sealing the surface for future protection. The cylinder head is flushed with a high-pressure water jet until every crack, every stress mark is visible. Nearby, a veteran mechanic works on the fuel injection pump, an original unit worth as much as a new car. Calibrated on a historic test bench, each cylinder tube must fill precisely. It takes patience, but it works. Another test bench whirs to life. This one checks the distributor, an endangered species in the digital era. Clearances, spark gaps, timing. One mistake here and the rebuilt engine won't run. But today, precision pays off. Piece by piece, the engine rebuild takes shape. The crankshaft, cleaned and polished, rotates freely once more. New pistons slide into honed cylinders. Valves, camshafts, gaskets, everything replaced or refurbished. Hours later, the once-dead block is alive again. Restored to factory condition in every sense, but with the priceless, matching numbers that collectors demand. While the engine waits, the body shop takes over. Here lies the true art of restoration, the battle against rust. Entire fender sections are cut away, replaced with fresh steel and welded precisely where Mercedes engineers once placed them. The hammer and dolly sing. Sheet metal is shaped by hand. Panels welded back with millimeter accuracy. Gap gauges slide through door seams. If they move smoothly, the alignment is perfect. Every trim piece, every bumper, every grille is sent for chrome polishing. First copper-plated, then polished, then finished in galvanic chrome. Over 230 separate parts gleam once again, metal instead of plastic, just as in the 1960s. With the body panels repaired, the Pagoda is smoothed down to bare steel. Sanding removes imperfections, sealing off decades of scars. Primer coats follow, sprayed evenly, then dried in controlled ovens. A coat of paint transforms the Pagoda's body. First base coats, then lacquer. Under bright lights, the surface glows mirror smooth. Panel by panel, the car is reborn. The roof and window frames, once dulled by rust, now shine with factory precision. Even the wheel wells are fabricated anew, welded to match original factory specifications. The interior team works in parallel. Old coconut fiber seat padding is replaced with new elastic material. Fresh dyed leather is stitched over restored frames. Seams embossed to mirror the 1960s originals. Back in the engine bay, the rebuilt straight six is lowered carefully onto the chassis. The moment is tense. One slip, and weeks of work could be undone. But the hoist holds steady, and the motor settles into place. Fluids filled, hoses connected, wiring complete. The Pagoda's heart is beating again, though the real test drive still lies ahead. Around the shop, the other refinished components rejoin the car. Chrome trim gleams, bumpers lock into position, and glass is fitted snug with new seals. Step by step, the transformation comes into focus. What began as rust and silence is now polished steel, chrome, and horsepower. And yet, this is only the midpoint. The Pagoda looks ready, but more precision awaits. Suspension tuning, electrical testing, the finishing touches that turn a showpiece into a machine. For now, the rebirth is undeniable. From seized engines to shining panels, the Pagoda's second life has begun. This isn't just a car, it's an icon. Born in Stuttgart in 1967, the Mercedes-Benz 280 SL Pagoda redefined elegance. Designed by Paul Brock with safety genius Bela Barenyi, its signature concave hardtop earned the nickname Pagoda. Beneath the beauty lay innovation, lightweight engineering, refined handling, and a 2.8-liter straight six that blended comfort with power. From boulevards to silver screens, the Pagoda became a symbol of sophistication, a timeless star of German craftsmanship. With every part restored to factory condition, the reassembly begins. The bare chassis waits patiently, a stage ready for its leading star. The rebuilt inline six is rolled forward. Suspended on a crane, it hovers above the bay. Mechanics guide it down, millimeter by millimeter. Then a solid clunk as the mounts lock in. Bolts are tightened one by one. Click, click, click. Every sound echoes precision. This isn't just brute force, it's workmanship born from decades of experience at Brabus and Bottrop, the world's largest tuner and restorer of Mercedes classics. Next, the transmission returns to its rightful place. A 4-speed automatic, groundbreaking in the 1960s, is now reborn. Each linkage connects with care, gears tested by hand, before the cover is sealed shut. Then comes the wiring. Freshly fabricated harnesses weave through the body. Connector after connector snaps into place. No frayed ends, no shortcuts. The hum of tools fades, leaving only the delicate sound of clips locking. Headlights are fitted, chrome bezels aligned perfectly. These iconic eyes shine once again, framed in polished metal. A simple twist of the wrist secures them, proof that even the smallest detail matters. Doors swing back onto their hinges. Lightweight aluminum, fragile yet priceless. They shut with a crisp, confident click. No sag, no uneven gap. The patience behind that fit is measured in hours, not minutes. The steering wheel, once cracked and worn, is refinished. On the open market, it would fetch €5,000, but here it simply returns to its rightful place. The seats are fitted to their place. Now, the roof. The Pagoda's famous concave hardtop is lifted carefully overhead. 2 restorers guide it down, ensuring seals meet flush, glass aligns, and chrome trim hugs the frame. Once locked in, the silhouette is unmistakable. Inside, trim pieces are refitted. Dash panels slide into place, vents align, knobs polished back to life. The steering wheel, worth thousands on its own, snaps onto the column, proud and centered. Now the most important part. The engine is finally placed in its place. Step by step, the Pagoda becomes whole again. The rattles and scraps of a barn find are gone, replaced by the rhythmic click of bolts, the snap of trim, and the quiet pride of master craftsmen. What began as rust and ruin is now unmistakably a Mercedes once more. Months of labor, thousands of hours, and now the moment of truth. The Pagoda stands complete, polished, reassembled, but silent. One question hangs in the air. Will it even turn over after all this? A guy slides into the driver's seat. The key turns. For a heartbeat, nothing. Then a deep rumble breaks the silence. The straight six comes alive, coughing once before settling into a smooth idle. The sound fills the workshop, a blend of history and horsepower echoing off chrome and steel. Workers exchange knowing glances, the payoff for patience and perfection. On the test track, the Pagoda glides effortlessly. The rebuilt engine sings, every gear shift crisp, every throttle press a reminder of what's been reborn. The Pagoda has risen again, alive, elegant, eternal. And here it is, the Mercedes-Benz 280 SL Pagoda, reborn, chrome polished to a mirror shine, paint glowing like liquid glass, every line as sharp as the day it left Stuttgart, from rusted relic to road-ready legend. This Pagoda is proof of what thousands of hours unmatched skill and relentless patience can achieve. The engine hums with confidence, the exhaust note rolling smooth and deep. On open roads, it glides with grace, a 60-year-old classic, yet brand new once more. What do you think? Was the journey worth it? Drop a comment and tell us what's your dream restoration project. And don't forget to check out our other builds for more legendary transformations.